So in this video, now that we've set the project up in Unity, we're going to go ahead and create our player spaceship object, get the object moving using a script file, and then playtest in the scene. Normally, you would want to jump right into your graphics or your assets. Here, the spaceship is what we're trying to eventually get to. But first off, good practice is to use Unity's built-in primitive objects to get the fundamentals of your game idea in place before we start working through the art and animation. So here, we're going to go ahead and go up to the plus in the hierarchy and under 2D objects and over to sprites. In Unity 6, they've provided us a triangle which looks pretty identical to our spaceship. So this will be our starting object to work with. Currently, right now, I'm on the rec tool. If I go back to the move tool, I want to go ahead and make sure that I'm just starting my position at 0 and 0. And then I can press the F key on the keyboard to focus in with that object selected. So here it's set as triangle. I'm going to go ahead and rename this one to spaceship. With this spaceship, or this white triangle here, for testing purposes, if you'd like to, and you don't want it to be white, I can go over here to the color property, and let's say I'm going to go more towards more of the red in the spaceship. Put this back to 0, 0 again, and there will be our spaceship here in our scene. And then we need to go back to our assets folder, because currently we have our art in its folder. In order for us to move this object in Unity, we need to create a script file that we attach as a component, and we'll put all these script files in their own folder. So I'm going to go ahead and right click, create new folder, label this as scripts, and then I'm going to go ahead and double click into scripts. And then I'm going to make a mono behavior script that I'm going to attach to our spaceship. Right click, go to create and over, and we can go here to mono behavior script because Unity has set this as a precursor to things that you would use most often, or you can go to scripts and over to here as well. Once you create that brand new script, Unity is asking you to rename this file right away. Currently it's set to new mono behavior script, and if you accidentally hit the return or enter key, it's going to save that name. Over here in the inspector, we can see what that class or this script file is referencing, and it's referencing that new mono behavior script. We do not want to leave this with that default name. So if I was to try to change this and say spaceship now, I'm just changing the name on the file. I'm not actually changing the class name. And we want those two to match. So make sure that here on the script file that we have spaceship. This also says spaceship as well. So if those don't match and you have not created any code, just go ahead and right click and delete and then just re-add it again. So I'm going to go ahead and right click, create, go to mono behavior, and I will type in right away spaceship. So the naming convention that we're using is Pascal case, where the word space has a capital S and the word ship has a capital S with no spaces in the name, and then you can hit enter or return. And then once Unity compiles, you can verify the name of the script as spaceship is the same name here in the class. Make sure those match for you. You may get a compiler error if those two don't match identically. And then I can go back to my spaceship. And on here, you have two options. We can add a component, and I can search for this name, or I can take this file, I can drag and drop it on to the inspector, and that's going to add that script file as a component to my spaceship object. So you can also remove these with the 3 little dots, and I can remove the component, and then I can go to add component, and then I can search for a spaceship, and I can locate the script file there as well to attach it. So 2 different ways to go about that. And then I'm going to go ahead and double click on my scripting file. It's going to open up in your editor of choice. I'm using JetBrains Writer IDE versus the Visual Studio Code that Unity recommends. And currently we have a start method and an update method. These are a pre-built template that Unity provides for us to go ahead and get started using the mono behavior. In this case, we need to utilize the update method to move or get input from our keyboard in order for us to move the spaceship around. So if I was to start off, we can put our starting information here in the update method. So we need to be able to move the spaceship with the keyboard itself using the arrow keys or the WASD keys, and that's going to take in an input action. And each of these input actions has a name referencing them. And that value is going to be a float value where it's going to go from a 0 to a +1 or 0 to a -1 and a tenth of a value each time. So if I was to go here in the update method, and I can create myself a float for the X axis. This is the data type float. That's the information that's going to get stored in the variable here. This is a local variable called X axis. This is called camel casing on the naming convention, where the first letter is lowercase and the second word is capitalized. And then we need to assign a value. Well, this value that gets assigned to this is from the input, and then I'm going to get the axis, which is in the horizontal. This represents the left and right movement. And then I can take this. So this is, say you want to make your player just move left and right. I can take this information in, and then I can apply it to the transform component. We can do transform.translate. There are several different methods in terms of how to get an object to move. This is just one of them. So transform.translate, and we can go in the vector 2, because we're using a up and down, left and right movement. And we can say we want to go in the right direction. That's going to be your positive right. And then I can times, and let's clean this up a little bit, is that we're going to take that vector 2.right, which is going to move your object positively on the X axis, 0, 1 here. And then we're going to times the input from the keyboard times time.delta time. This is going to allow the object in Unity to be frame rate independent based on my computer versus your computer here. And if I go ahead and do a Command S to save or Control S to save, we can go back to Unity, and we're going to go to game scene here. And if I go ahead and go play test, that currently right now my spaceship is not moving in the scene here, but as soon as I press the right arrow key, the object starts to move to the right. And if I press the left arrow key, the spaceship starts to move to the left, similar to the D key with the WASDs or A key. So currently all my spaceship is going to do is move left and right. I cannot go up and down because I've not told the script file to look for input from the keyboard in the up and down direction, but currently only left and right. You may want your game to run that way, where you only move left and right, sort of like a Space Invader style game where you're back and forth. But in our game, we're actually going to make our player go up and down and left and right. So you can kind of move around the scene independently. So back to scene. If I go back to my editor, so this is taking, again, the keyboard in the horizontal direction. And in order for us to go up and down, we're going to take in the vertical direction. So I can make another float here for the y-axis, where I'm going to grab the vertical. And in order for me to grab the vertical, the up and down, I also need to do a transform.translate. And I can do this in the upward direction, which seems that we can combine these two, but for right now, testing purposes, we're going to get this object moving left and right and up and down as singular statements. This is called a statement, where I'm going transform.translate. This is a statement, where a statement is ended by a semicolon. And we're going to use the vector2.up. This is a shorthand or shortcut to writing it as a new vector2 using 0 and 1. Where this is going to go in the positive up direction. But if my value, if my y-axis goes negative, this is then going to pull my spaceship in the negative direction. So back to Unity. Let Unity compile your scripting file. Back to Game tab. And I'm going to go ahead and play test. And now I can move right and left, but I can also move up and down because I was able to gather data from the keyboard in both directions and now apply it to my game object so that I can move around here in the scene. Now, if you notice that at this stage, the spaceship itself is moving rather slowly, we can actually increase this by providing a speed variable that we can modify in the inspector as you play test your game. So we'll go ahead and do that. Back to scene, back to our scripting file, is that right now this is only moving the object via the delta time based on 0 to 1 or 0 to negative 1. If we want to speed this up a little bit, we can create a speed variable. So this is us creating a variable or declaring a variable. We could also create a variable here as well, or we could, so for instance, we can do float, and then we can create a speed variable here, and let's just say 5f. The f represents the floating value of your number, whereas say an integer, a whole number, as the number 5 is a whole number, this would be an int or an integer. The f represents the floating value from the data type, and then I can take this speed variable and I can also apply it here, as well as I can also apply it here, so that I can actually times the amount brought in from the keyboard to allow me to move faster in the scene. So I'll play test, and then now my object is going to move a lot faster on the scene itself. So those are the very first setups to get our player moving in our scene. We'll look at modifying this script file next time and looking at the art assets to get this into an actual spaceship looking object. Thanks for watching.